Hey, what's going on, Kyle? It's been like 2 weeks or maybe a week and a half. I'm sorry it's on a Saturday. I know you're chilling out on a Saturday, so it's okay if you answer me whenever you have time, whether that's Monday or Tuesday. So hope everything's fine with you. We can talk about the physique because that's what you do, and that's what we should do. Talk about my physique. As you can see, I got my blood works done. We can talk about that in a second. Let's talk about how I look. I'm getting less and less fat, which is good, which is what we're trying to do. But you're going to see at the end of this clip, I have that loose fat. It's not loose, but it's just saggy. It's not hard, right? Which is a good thing, I guess, because if it's hard fat, I guess there's more fat. So I guess I have less fat, but it just is in a bigger area because it's so loose. And it's ugly, to be honest. It's really ugly. And imagine this V-taper if I just didn't have those love handles. It would be just from a different, it wouldn't even be comparable. But hey, I got dealt these genetics. Hopefully this is a case you've seen before among young athletes. I don't know if it's gonna I hope it's gonna go away. I wish that it's just pure fat. Hopefully it's just fat. Hopefully it's not I don't know, loose skin or some weird fucking condition I've never heard of. And hopefully you can calm my mind down about that. But also it might be just from a undeveloped ab region. I've included a clip at the end of this video which I rant a little bit about that because yeah, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Legs are, yeah, usually as usual the strong point, even though I'm not hitting them super hard. I've done what you have told me when my energy is depleted, which is kind of every day or pretty much every day. But some days are worse. I just do 2 sets or 3 sets and just 2 sets on some other exercise, right? Keeping the main movement heavy and doing quality reps and not necessarily hitting the sets if I don't feel like it. So we're in it for the long run, not one set is not going to break the fucking cut. It's not going to lose 1 pound of pure muscle if I don't do that set. But I'm trying to stick to the plan, but taking in or applying what you have told me and telling myself that that's okay. Strength-wise, it's dipping a little bit, but that's probably due to all the stressors and also that I've been on a cut for a long time. So just messing around in the gym. I'm not really having a pump. I'm at 400 calories this day, 50 grams of rice and some shrimps. But, oh, excuse me, drinking that Monster, staying awake at work. But it looks like I have a pump because I'm so ripped. So I can only imagine when we start carb loading or even have a few high days approaching the end of this cut, which will be I don't guess 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to look way better. But as you see, I'm completely fine with my body. I think it looks good. It's just that when I take that shirt off, it just looks meh. It doesn't look too nice. But arms are popping and shit like that. So we're definitely making progress. We've lost 45 pounds if I hit 170 or there about 45-ish. And about that, you've told me not to chase the numbers. I'm pretty much at 174, but in the Excel sheet, you're going to see 175. And that's because I have 1 pound of margin there. Because in case I woke up dehydrated, I don't want it to just fluctuate, right? So I'm just kind of cautious and putting half a pound or a pound. If I feel like my mouth is dry when I wake up in the morning due to insane heat in Norway right now, I'm just counting it as dehydration and that I'm kind of just tricking the scale. So I'm having that as a point of reference. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but hey, that's what I'm doing right now. And when I wake up a lot of days consecutively and feeling fine when I wake up that I'm not thirsty and stuff like that, then I'm hitting the real weigh-in at 174. So we're around 174, 175, which is what I aim for at the end of July and coming into August. Because I have this psychological kind of thing that I just want to accomplish. I just want to hit 170 pounds, even if it's 170.9. I just want to see that number because I just want to prove to myself that I can do it. Because I remember at 180, last time we cut, I got oh my God, I'm never going to break this plateau. And we've broken it and it's now just riding the wave. and it's going super well, getting like 15,000 steps in, eating between 1,800 and 2,200 calories a day. You're gonna see in the spreadsheet I haven't like typed them in, but you're also gonna see a reason as to why. Some days I have higher carbs and lower protein, and you're probably gonna get mad at me. That's understandable. I'm sorry for that, but some days that happens, and I guess it's just better to hit the calories and just focus on the proteins next day instead of overeating just to hit those proteins. But I guess that's just bad planning from my side. Anyways, I believe that when we're at 170, we're gonna have to call it quits because yeah, we could probably go lower, but I see no point. I'm still young. My hormones are like batshit crazy. I just want to grow, and I honestly just train for 2 years, keep the weight between 170 and let's say, I don't know, 190 or 200 pounds, and then cut down in a year and a half, 2 years, whatever, how long it's going to take, and look good at 180 pounds instead of looking like a fruit boy bitch at 165. Because I'm like 187 centimeters tall, and it's just not going to look nice on me. And so fuck the love handles. God made me this way. I'm just kidding. Yeah, just call it quits at 170. That's at least what I'm thinking. Also moving to Austria, going to enjoy lots of different foods. And what I'm going to focus on, like when we start working together in Austria, is the food and getting enough protein. Because training-wise, I think I'm dedicated and blah, blah, blah. But the food thing in the past hasn't been good. I've probably eaten like 4,000 calories and my stomach hasn't absorbed the proteins properly because of poor gut health. So those are the things I want to work with. Yeah, included a clip now you're going to see in a second. Don't really have too much to talk about other than that. Maybe we can talk on Instagram and just plan those last 3 weeks out because I think I don't have more than, let's say, 21 days before I see that 170 pound, and we can officially call a 7-month mini cut done. Awesome. See ya. Hey Kyle, just a little extra. You know that my hip has hurt and we haven't squatted as a result of that. But I was talking with a physical therapist. I went to a session with him. He's also like a strength coach. He used to be my powerlifting coach, kind of. I got some programs from him or his team. He's also like the main coach for the Norwegian team in powerlifting. So he's a pretty cool guy. He knows a lot. And I spoke to him, told him that this hurts, or especially this side. This side is kind of cool. And instead of like massaging and stuff like that, he just gave me some exercises to strengthen some muscles here, like the iliopsoas or whatever. Because we did like a straight test. I was like, he told me to go and lean towards the wall and just put this leg up, right? Because healthy or strong and healthy hips should be able to sustain this position without really much of an effort for like 2 minutes. But I started like shaking immediately, right? It just started like my body started shaking and other muscles started compensating for this weak muscle right here. And the same applies for this one, but this one isn't that bad, right? And from doing like in-body scans, this leg is apparently 300 grams heavier in terms of muscle mass than this one, but take that with a grain of salt. Anyways, just wanted to show you what he had me doing, because it's pretty much a daily thing. Takes like 5 minutes. So let's see here. So I bought this band, found it cheap, and hopefully you can see this. He just wants me to go up like this, right? For like 30 seconds, 3 sets of that. And already I can hear some popping sounds and stuff like that. So doing like 3 sets of that. And then what he wants me to do is like open up like this, go like that, and then go down. And I feel it wants to pop, but he says don't make it pop because the popping sounds most likely comes from inflamed muscles in this area. So he just wants me to go up and back again and do like 30 seconds each like there. Also, he told me that, let me turn this around. He told me that usually women have this problem because they only train their legs and ass and neglect their abs, which is kind of me. I haven't trained my abs like ever really. And he also said that some guys get it, but that's from training their abs the wrong way. So they only train like certain parts of the abs or some shit. And like I've always thought that my abs were strong because like the Romanian deadlifts and stuff like that, doing like a lot of kilos there, right? And deadlift hasn't been a problem, so I thought like my static hold was good with my abs, and the muscles and strength were there. But he pointed out like, okay, so most likely your back is always like kind of numb, or it feels like used up. And I was like, yeah, why? And he's like, okay, so that's because your abs are really weak, especially this upper part. And so what the back does is it compensates. So like when I thought I was strong in my abs because I could lift with like holding my back straight, and I thought like the abs were doing a big portion of that lift. In reality, it's just my lower back, and you pointed that out. Like my back is strong, but it's like too strong, and it compensates for the abs. So he gave me like one ab movement, which just puts the hips out of the equation and just trains the upper ab. So that's something to keep in mind of when we program now, like in the future, because he even told me like I would like you to be able to squat pain free, but you don't have to do it because you're not going to compete. You're not a power lifter, and like he pointed out that you don't have to do the squat if you don't feel like it, if it's not like good for your body, if you feel like it hurts and stuff like that. But he would like me to be able to squat pain free body weight because it's an issue, and it's most likely he's saying stems from weak muscles in the hip area and like overcompensation and stuff like that. So he has me doing that daily. I will go talk to him before I leave to Austria. Maybe some shoulder rehab exercises or some stuff. Really knowledgeable dude. So yeah, that's what's up. And what I was talking about is when we program for the future in Austria, or while I'm there and while I'm building muscle, we can maybe emphasize some more like development in the abs and stuff like that. Because you're gonna see like from the clips, my ab region is pretty bad. And I mean, like, yeah, I hold fat there, like genetically disposed. I guess most men hold fat in that area, but they're also small, right? They're not big chunks. If they were bigger, I think the fat would have gotten distributed a little bit, like over a bigger surface. All right, man, I'm not gonna take much more of your time. See ya.